listening to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together with your host, Gina Pagnotta Murphy and Ebony Walton.
Well, top of the day to you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Me or them?
I'm talking to them.
Oh,
You got me. I can't even see me now.
can't see. You don't have to.
You always say that. So let me get into my mode today. I'm in that mode today. So let me begin by saying, welcome. Today is August the 2nd, and you are online with Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. And today is Truthful Tuesday, and scrolling right along.
You don't know your name?
I am your host, Gina Pagnotta Murphy, president of Pace. You don't know yours?
And I'm your co-host, Ebony Walton, vice president of PACE. And this show is for City of Atlanta employees, whether new or seasoned, classified or none, on-site or teleworkers. This platform was created to bring awareness to all things in the city, whether good or bad, in hopes to find a resolve. So
let's talk about it.
It's water.
That's what she said. But you notice she didn't know her name.
It's water.
Anyway.
She doesn't drink.
I need to. I need to.
You should.
Anyway. So, as normal, we like to give a disclaimer, as we do on the front of our podcast, and as I'm doing right now, that all views and opinions of this podcast are strictly the views and opinions and allegedly of this moderator and blogger, or whatever you want to call us, on our podcast. Not necessarily the views and opinions of the City of Atlanta or our national office or international union office. Only ourselves. Thank you.
That's it. So, the movie. I'm sorry. How was your week?
What's in that glass? Hold your glass up. This looks like.
See, now you're
okay, now mine against you. Okay,
it was cool. It's just cold.
Yours are like white Zinfandel.
Ooh, I hate white Zinfandel.
Oh, you do? This is water. I don't know what that glass is.
I hate it, and it's kind of like a pinkish color.
But anyway,
a little, almost maybe.
So
I don't like it. How was your weekend?
I want you to go first because I got something to say.
My weekend. So you gotta ask me how was my weekend.
How was your weekend?
I worked a lot.
Okay.
As I'm looking at my time, I worked a whole lot. But I'm tired. I didn't get out the bed, y'all, till 10:45.
That's normal
late.
That's normal for normal people.
Is it? I'm usually woke at 7 or 6. I probably still won't climb out the bed until 8. But I didn't get up until about. I was still watching the show about 10 that I fell asleep on last night. It was good. Purple Hearts. It was cool. A little love romantic show. But I didn't get out the bed until right at 11 when I called you. Love. I was getting out of the bed.
Right. So that's why, does that explain why we only eat tuna fish for lunch?
Tuna melts, baby. That's it.
Okay. Beggars can't be choices.
Yeah, I think I got some chips or something.
Okay.
Some crackers, some Ritz or.
Well, you need to spritz up because we got a lot to talk about today.
We sure do.
We got some stuff to talk about today.
I am woke. I'm woke, as they say, woke.
Well, we're not even going to discuss my week.
Why? You just told me to tell mine, and then
because it's just been.
And my daughter has still not had the baby yet.
Well, she need to come on. You know what?
I'm so tired. She went to the hospital yesterday. Yesterday or the night before, Douglasville Hospital. I don't know what's going on. They just keep sending the poor child home.
Why does she
40 weeks, but she had her. I told her next time go to a different hospital. But her throat was bleeding because she was coughing a lot or something. But I was like, that should be a risk. So I'm putting it on this podcast.
Why is she?
So if something happened to her.
Why is she coughing? She got COVID?
No, she get heartburn at night.
Oh, I should
really,
know.
really bad. But they sent her home. Seemed like the baby is wearing her body out. Let her go home. Let her have the baby, y'all. Come on. Yeah. No, it's time. It's time. She gonna be overly cooked.
Send her over there to me. I'll get it out.
You gonna get it out? Okay.
Old
we
school,
locked
you
it
know,
down.
old
I know.
school.
I want her. I told her to drink some castor oil.
Old school know how to do it now.
I told her to drink some
Now
castor
you're trying to,
oil.
what you trying to mess up the people's babies? You don't drink no castor oil.
Why not?
There's other ways to do that. Walk, take her to the mall and let
She's
her
been
walk.
walking. She's been walking. She's been doing it. Good morning,
Well,
Tamara.
what I want to say, I can't say on the podcast.
Show, right.
But I tell her how to get it out.
Don't say it. Don't say it. So the movie of the week, y'all.
Wait a minute. Before we get into that,
What?
we need to go to the first before we go into that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's going to be the tell all of our whole podcast today.
The whole show. Well,
so let's let that be last. So let's go into
everything is tied to it though.
Okay, well go ahead. You the producer.
Everything is tied to it this time. I strategically did that this morning when I woke up. Well, when I got together.
You have sleep
20 minutes ago, yeah. The movie is Union Time.
Say it again.
Union Time. Like union, a union, and time. Watch time. Union Time. When I saw that show last night, it's a documentary. It's on Tubi for free. You can watch it for free on Tubi. Okay. And it's on some other platform. A couple other ones. I think Prime is like 99 cents for Amazon, but why pay 99 cents? I'll deal with commercials. I'm okay with that. Man, that was one of the most powerful movies. So it was about North Carolina had a Smithfield. Is that where the
Smithfield chickens?
The pigs, the hogs.
Oh.
The hogs. And the plant, dangerous, extremely dangerous. The people had missing tips of their fingers, cuts and bruises on their backs, because the working conditions, they are literally, the hogs, they said this one lady got trampled. She opened up the gate. It's not funny, but you can imagine what it looks like. She opened up the gate for the hogs to come out, and they just coming. Hundreds of hogs just coming, whoosh, rushing over. Poor old lady knocked her down, knocked out, bleeding from the head. You know what they did? From what the documentary said, they picked her up, moved her over into the feces of the hog, and left her right there for a little while. Kept the hogs coming. So they tried to unionize. Those people tried to unionize. They, for about 7 or more years, they kept having those closed door meetings. What they call them? They call it something. They have those meetings where they talk to them about not joining the union, why you shouldn't be in the union.
Union busting.
It was called something else. They call it something else. They specifically gave it a name. But they was having those meetings. They went to the NAACP. They went to National Labor Relations Board, and they helped them strategically plan together the marches. That movie was.
So is that why you told me I need to watch it, because I get revitalated? What do you call it? Revitalized.
When you see it, it will empower.
I don't need to see it right now because we got some issues going on.
You need to see it. And then the thing about it was, the people were so bold with their tactics of scaring. So one employee, she said she was walking through the hall. They had police out there, armed guards out there when they would have their union meetings. And she was so afraid. So she was leaving to go in through the building. She said she walked up the steps and she saw 2 management people with an employee that was trying to go out there and beating them in the back of the head. Bam. I said, now what kind of
hold on. What year was it? Wait a minute. What year was this?
What kind of, this was recent. This was not like in 1900s or something. This like the 80s, 70s,
First of all, you talking about somebody hitting on you and all of that?
Hit the man in the back of the head. Let me find the year for you.
Strong.
It was
hello, Miss Williams, and yes, Purple Hearts was awesome. What is Purple Hearts?
That was a movie. Oh yes, it was. Listen, I haven't watched The Age of Adeline, but Purple Hearts had me up till 2 a.m. watching it. It was a show about the army guy, lady. She was an aspiring singer. She had diabetes real bad. She needed the insurance. So she ran into an army person, long story short, married him for the benefits. They ended up falling in love for real. Oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. I like movies like that. I like those kind of shows. I'm gonna look up the date for Smithfield. Smithfield. We both can't be on the phone, can we?
Well, I just got
Smithfield,
something I had to.
Unionize.
So we need to move on. So when you talk about that union, are you worrying about this union?
I'm looking at the date for when it was. It was a 16-year battle. They won, and it was over 2008. So they had been doing this. This was in the year 2000.
Oh, so
1990s, late 1990s to it went into 2000. So they was beating these people then.
So 2008, Pace was formed in 2005. So that means if they were beating on somebody in 2008, boy, we'd been look here.
Yeah.
They take that job and stick it up there. Oh, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
I've been watching Holler too much.
Yeah.
Because I'll get ready to cuss.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's not the union. It's not CBA collective bargaining. It's what they do when they call. I told you, we was talking about the other day. Management calling the employees and they talk to them and give them reasons why you should not join unions. It's called closed door meetings. What is it called?
I have no idea. All it's called union busting.
They have a name for it.
Well, maybe we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out
later on. So let's move on because you're getting all tired.
Because you know, I get tired of this stuff. I had to.
So just ask Google what it is. What's the name of union busting? What do you call
my Google's not going to listen to you.
Who?
My Google's not listening right now.
I can't stand your Google.
So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna find it though before the show is over. I'm determined to find it.
You find everything else.
I know, so I have to find it. The song for this is Sister Sledge. What you think? Which one? Sister Sledge. I know you know Sister Sledge.
Who? Sister Sledge.
Sister Sledge.
Okay. We are family.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to find it. Oh, I can't do both things at once.
I told you that what's in that glass ain't water.
You started back dancing now.
We don't own the rights to this music, but I love this song, so you guys can go to YouTube anytime and pull it up. Hey, what? The city of Atlanta, what are we supposed to be called? Here we go. All my comrades with me. Sometimes. All righty. So you had to cut that off or we get sued and I ain't got no money. We don't have the rights to the music, entertainment purposes only, but we are family. That's where we're supposed to be, in the city of Atlanta. All right. So I'm gonna find it. That show was good. It was a documentary. Okay, let's move on because I'm sick of hearing
on Smithfield situation. You have to see it. You have got to see it.
Please, y'all see that.
We need to discuss this coming back to the office 4 days a week and 1 day of telework. Do the city of Atlanta. I see where the red zone comes since top. We're gonna talk about that. We definitely are. So so moment to be positive inspiration. All right. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success.
You in a mode today that give me that glass.
It's water.
You're double talking. You're acting like you're a diva. Don't she act like a diva today? Look, her hair all in her face, and she don't know what she's doing. Spencer, what y'all been doing this morning on the phone? Because I know y'all was talking. You done got her all miscombobulated. She don't know what she doing.
Why not? I'm following
the script going all up and down, left and right.
I'm following the show. You mad because my hair combed to the side?
Well, I wash mine.
You mad because my hair combed to the side?
You wait till I got something for you though. You gonna be mad in a minute. But anyway.
All right. So we got a life lesson. Last week I started doing the reading of this little moral stuff, life lessons. So the ant and working together. Thank you, Tamara. Leave me alone. She just mad because my hair to the side.
Well, you wait till I tell you about union busting anyway. Go ahead.
So one day, This story is a story that I actually witnessed myself. So this is a story from me, a more story from me. One day, a young lady and her husband, we'll say ex because we're not married no more. So one day, a young lady and her husband at that time decided to take the kids to the park. While the children played, the mother sat on the bench to enjoy nature. The mother saw some ants and began to look closer because, they small. So she watched and she was amazed at what she saw. This story still gives me to this day. One ant appeared to be carrying a fallen ant. Once that ant realized it was too heavy to carry, the ant left.
You missed a very important word in there.
What? Realized it was to carry alone, the ant left.
Yes. You have to say everything.
The ant left. All right, that ain't the end. So then the ant returned with 2 more ants, y'all. True story, not lying. And together they carried the ant for a few steps at a time. They'll start and stop. I guess he was getting heavy. It was dead weight. Finding ways to maneuver around small rocks and not getting sidetracked with small food droppings, because food be all on the ground. They would stop from time to time, but never let the fallen ant's body touch the ground. It was an unbelievable. I love nature, so I just watched it. The young mother was amazed. That would be me. Finally, they made it to the grass where she could no longer see them. So I guess they made it to their destination. What is the lesson for you? She just so bad. It was amazing to see those.
Well, to me, it's just like in my sorority, we're working bees. You got bees, you got the queen bee, and you got your working bees that helps the queen bee. Yep. Every bee has a job to do, and they help each other.
I've never seen an ant die and the ants come back forward. I've never seen that.
Well, the military allegedly, in my opinion, takes up with that, the worker bees and the ants, because you never leave your comrade behind, if possible, whether they're dead, whether they're injured, and you in harm's way, you go back and get that comrade. And even the military, regardless, after war, whatever, they go back and try to retrieve as many people as they can, whether deceased or not. So it's just a culture thing of a team environment.
That's something. My lesson learned that I got out of it: help where you can, and always make sure you leave the house with clean undergarments and no holes in your drawers. You don't know. You don't know when somebody's going up to carry it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall remove it. Give me that glass. I'm done. I am so done. I was very seriously, and you know what? You're done. Give me that glass. That is not water. Oh my God. Stop it. Time to go. Oh, Jesus. Take the wheel, Lord. Take the wheel. Everybody's having a moment.
All right. I'm done. I'm for the moment.
Anyway, how do we get to this part when you just said something about that part? You know how y'all tell it, you got the keys. Drive. You can't drive. You're done. You're over. It quit spitting all over the place. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. So I just want to say we can't even get to this part because you still laughing.
Okay, I'm done.
That was a good one though. Do you need to excuse yourself? Spence, I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. She can't stop. You know how you get the giggles and you can't stop? She's in one of those giggle moves. Okay. I think you're gonna have to go to the restroom, take a break, whatever.
Okay.
Well, your mama and them always did say don't never go nowhere without
underwear. You don't know you're gonna have an accident.
If you go into emergency,
EMS have to pick you up. They have to take your clothes off or something.
You won't be embarrassing me.
I'm giving some good tidbits out here, y'all.
Anyway, so moment of silence is where we would like to say a silent prayer, reflection, or meditation. We do have one of our members to that just found out and texted me. That's why I was looking at my phone.
Oh, okay.
That they may have to have surgery and they're a little scared. So we would like to say, and I asked her if it was okay to mention it, not going into detail what it's about. Definitely keep Tamara in your prayers.
Okay.
One of our astute chatters that comes online with us almost every time we come on.
We praying for you.
We're praying for you that everything goes well and we can talk to you offline. You know, I know what it feels like to be afraid and have anxiety, especially if you got to go in to have surgery. So you guys keep our comrade in prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those who've been deceased, lost some loved ones, regardless, or sick right now, what you call shut in.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we would like to say our condolences to the ones that have lost loved ones, and to the ones that we that are out sick. We would like to keep you in prayer. So as a gesture of respect, mainly for those who have died recently, or to keep in mind those who are dealing with the difficulties of life as we go through the city, or just regular life at home, personal. Yeah, Uhura.
She just died.
Yeah. So let's bow our heads for a moment of silence, of prayer for respect. Bow your heads. All righty. So let's get into the show, shall we? But before we get in, I have something to say.
We can't get the show.
The union.
On yet.
Oh, that's right, Spencer. I'm so sorry.
What's in your cup?
Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Oh, well.
Go ahead.
Are you in good hands?
Well, I'll hold still.
Did y'all know? We missed
here we go.
Sloths can hold their sloths. Y'all know what a sloth is. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. Did you know that? Think about it. They land animals. Dolphins are water animals. However, they can hold their breath longer than dolphins. By slowing their heart rate, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. Dolphins need to come up for air after about 10. Isn't that something? Land in water? How in the world?
Who cares?
If someone decides to get on Jeopardy and that's a question, guess what? Radio Connection.
Who cares?
Bam.
Who's out here investigating sloths versus
We have
dolphins?
people that go on Jeopardy. They ask all kinds of stuff.
That's true. Because I do watch the chase.
You never know.
Oh, okay. Well, that's historically.
We're gonna say Ebony gave that to you.
Yeah, Ebony.
Because she obviously don't read.
I don't. Okay, Ebony, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So now it's time to get ready to hear some words of wisdom as he shares his tidbits on Women's History Year, and is the motivational, articulate, diabolical, amazing Mr. Spencer Croft, y'all.
What's happening? How y'all doing out there? Y'all good?
We good.
I want to hear you. Hey, listen. I like nature too. I know my mom told me that same thing about, make sure I'm together when I leave out the house. And I don't understand about the sloth, because do a sloth get in water or something? What's the point? I can't hear you, Evan. I can't hear you. But listen, I like nature too. Let me tell you what I'm so amazed at. Like you were amazed. I'm amazed, like during this time of year, you see these like yellow and black spiders. See these yellow and black spiders? They go out and make a perfect circle and go straight to the middle. My God. I mean, you're talking about an architect. And then you got some that put the hard Z lines in the middle. And I mean, it's dead in the middle. And those are so that birds won't fly through. So, hey, listen. We're doing our thing. Hey, listen, y'all, we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep talking about these ladies. That's right. We're going to keep talking about them. We have a special lady that we're talking about today. Her name is Marcia Lynette Edwards Thornton. Now, she was born on August the 26th, 1951 in Atlanta, Georgia, to the late Edward and Gloria Edwards. She was the fourth of 6 children born to this union. Marcia was educated in the Atlanta public school system, graduated from C.L. Hopper High School in the class of 1969. Well, yeah, that was our rival. I went to Douglas High. But anyway, she continued her education at Georgia State University, where she obtained her bachelor's of art degree in business administration and her master's degree in public administration. While attending Georgia State University, she was a chapter member of the Eta Mu chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Marcia began her career with the Atlanta Police Department and later transitioned to the City of Atlanta Public Works Division. During her tenure with the City of Atlanta, she held several positions in the Public Works and Watershed Management departments. She also served as a faithful member of the Employees Union, lobbying to enhance the benefits of past, present, and future City of Atlanta employees. In addition to her work as president of the local union, Marcia was an active member of the National Association of Government Employees, Service Employees International Union, and Professional Association of City Employees, which is known as PACE, y'all. Marcia retired from the City of Atlanta as a management analyst manager in 2008. In September of 2006, while attending a conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, Marcia suffered a double brain aneurysm. My God. Following an extended hospital stay and several months of rehabilitation, she was able to return to work and retire on her own merits. In August of 2010, Marcia had a stroke that ultimately took her ability to speak and utilize the right side of her body. In the early hours of Thursday, July the 17th, 2014, Marcia entered into eternal rest. Y'all, let's give it up. Let's give it up because, she led the way. Miss Marcia Lynette Edwards Thornton, she led the way. And I just want to say thank you to her and thank you to you, Gina. Because I know you all were pretty close. You all spent a lot of time together. And evidently she had, back in the day, we call her sling blade. She was just paving the way through so we could just follow that trail. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, thank you so much for your time this time. And until the next time, I hope it's better than the last. And as my dad would always say, you're never out of business when you mind your own. This is your boy Croft on Radio Connections with Pace. Hey, y'all, I got your shirts too. I got you. I just got to get to you, okay? Good deal. All right, let's do it.
Thank you, Spencer, because that, ladies and gentlemen, who he was talking about was the founder of PACE, which is our union organization, Professional Associations of City Employees. And so she was our first president and passed the torch to me. And so she paved the way, like he said, and what you have today is us still fighting that fight. And while she was being rehabilitated and could not speak, though I remember the only thing she would tell to me, she would always could barely speak, but I remember her saying to me, she would say, Gina, keep the fight going and stay in the news. And I always remember that. And that's how I always would stay in the news. People were saying, oh, you just try to be glorified. Oh, you just want to be a star. Oh, you want to. No, it's never fun to get in the news because when you get in the news, you're complaining about something or you're telling them about something. That I was doing that for her legacy, to tell me to stay strong, fight for your members, and stay in the news. If you couldn't get it where we can have solidarity and for the workers out there, I did what I have to do, and I continue to do what I have to do. Which brings us to, so hats off. We're going to be doing a memorial, just not a memorial, but just to a training to our members on one day about Marcia, show you pictures and everything and what she did back in the day and how PACE actually formulated. But Marcia was the first president with a group of trailblazers that we will mention later on in the next podcast. So
today is National Night Out Day, which is the first Tuesday in August, that promotes police community partnerships in neighborhoods across the country. So this is not just in the city of Atlanta. This is across the country, National Night Out Day. And so tonight it's going to be held from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Myrtle Street between 5 and 6th Street. They're going to talk about heightened crime, drug prevention awareness. They're generating support for and participation in local public safety efforts. It's going to be the whole thing. You will have anything you want to talk about with public safety, this is the time to have your discussions. If you can't make it, worldwide, if you cannot make it, you can turn your porch lights on between 5 and 10 p.m. tonight. That's just in solidarity.
Or illuminate your condo. Back up.
Or
make
what?
sure illuminate your back up. Oh, illuminate your condo windows beginning at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. to show solidarity. So basically, if you cannot make the session this evening between 5 and 10 tonight, turn your porch light on or illuminate your condo light. So in solidarity. Okay.
And today is National Coloring Book Day. You have a coloring book, go color. Kids used to color, now it's an adult thing. It's a anxiety thing that you see a lot of people giving coloring books and having little words or sayings in there, but it's supposed to calm you, help you to meditate and all that. And it helps. A lot of adults color. Also, today is National Ice Cream Sandwich Day. You like ice cream sandwiches?
No.
No. You like
No.
ice cream?
No.
You eat ice cream?
No.
Or ice cream don't like you?
That's it.
Okay.
You
If
don't
you like ice cream, you just
don't like me.
you. Okay. So that's today. Also, they have a urban league. Check your emails. They have an urban league. The young adults a re-entry program. It offers up to $5,000 in scholarship to attend selected program at Atlanta Technical College for students who complete 3 to 4 week career and workplace readiness program. The program focuses on 21st century workforce skills as implementing in a fun, interactive group workshop. It also assists Metro Atlanta residents with the basic needs such as rental, housing assistance, immediate employment assistance, transportation assistance, and stipend incentives. To name a few. So it's got a couple of things to do. I just pulled it off my email the other day. Check your emails. This is some stuff that the city is trying to do. They're having a hiring on this Thursday down at 55 Trinity at the city auditorium between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. this Thursday, August 18th. It's a career fair. The blood drive. Did you sign up for a blood drive? Because I did.
Nope.
You didn't?
Nope.
Sign up. You know what your blood type is.
Nope.
That's why I'm signing up for it, because I want to know my blood type. But they're having the blood drive August 18th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Check your emails again. You have to register. And I think that's all of the city news. So now we can go into the meat of the show.
About time. You had a lot to share and just fumbling all over the words. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, before we go, I got something to say.
What you got?
So, you're talking about union busting, okay? We're labor organizers. And I just wanted to say to Paula McGee, I'm so sad, and to you, because we unionized the chickens. And the chickens went on strike because they're not laying eggs. And the reason they're not laying eggs is because we did not, as this union, protect these chickens when they tried to organize. And we had some deaths in that family of chicken unionization. You lost that one, and Paula informed me this morning that she lost 5 chickens.
Lost all the rest of mine too. So it must be. It's a coyote. It has to. I thought it was at first.
So all your chickens are gone?
I got some babies out in the garage now.
Oh my God! I thought it was the hawk.
I thought no, they can't get in there.
Well,
you see
anyway.
that outside? They can't get in. It was a coyote.
There's something going on
Yeah.
with the unionization of the chickens.
We couldn't support them.
Paula has 5 left.
Oh,
And they went out there, there's no eggs.
Yep.
And so she said they're on strike.
Oh Lord.
They're not laying eggs.
And mine they stopped laying eggs after a while too.
So let me say this to you guys, that brings me to the fact of, when we create a union and people try to bust the union, and if you're not in solidarity and tight, some of them can get in, get over, get through, get under, and demise your union.
Sure can.
So chicken, we're going to fix it where we're going to get a resolve for you. We're going to not do the wood and the wire. We're going to have to look at something else.
Yeah, we coming up with
and even if we have to sit out there and perch with our slingshot and catch these coyotes and hawks. Now, I know the hawks are supposed to be a special species. For the animal lovers, you might not like what I'm saying, but we got to save our chickens.
We got to say that we got to eat.
We got to eat because the food shortage is happening up there. Somewhere I saw that on the news where Walmart in one of the North Carolina stores didn't have no food. So at least if we can get chickens with eggs without the coyotes and the hawks trying to take them. Mm-hmm. So that brings me to what we're going to talk about today. And it may go over a little, but that's okay. The union and its purpose. Let me say this. The central idea of PACE is to build city employment relationships with our members and management better and not worse. PACE is one of the primary resources for the city of Atlanta to encourage city employees to abide by the fair and reasonable expectations of their employment. It is only when unfair labor practices, unspoken or spoken expectations, workplace bullying, harassment, intimidations, threats, and unsettled disputes arise that PACE becomes involved. And we become involved to negotiate settlements of disputes before they escalate to lawsuits and arduous legal litigation. It is our union's belief it is the best possible course of action. We receive and listen to evidence provided by our members of what they perceive to be an unlawful employment action or an unfair labor practice. So some of these are as follows. You can have bad working conditions. We want to lobby for classification and pay issues, wrongful termination claims, employment discrimination claims under the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as amended in 1991, disability discrimination claims under the Americans with Disabilities Act, suspensions, disciplinary actions, supervisory employee relationships, retaliations, harassments, FMLA interference and retaliations, Office of Professional Standards investigations, whistleblower claims, and other employment-related issues not prohibited by city, state, or federal law. City employees often feel they have no recourse for their claims to be properly vetted and secured. Our members believe that a report of any unlawful activity asserted against the city of Atlanta will result in the demise of their job, even if their assertions are proven true. The question is often presented to them as to which role should predominate, that of the divulging unlawful activity or that of retaining employment. PACE is the only intermediary that can reconcile with the two. So I'm saying that to say, there was a letter that was sent out. As you know, I went to this park Friday, I believe. I was called by a PACE member that they were going to have a group of employees out of the watershed department that would go to the park. And they had some concerns and complaints, and they were very upset about increase in premium, the lack of premium pay, lack of increase of salaries. And so they wanted to get together and they were going to have a spokesperson, which they did. Mm-hmm. And I was asked to come out by one of our PACE members because, you know, as a professional group of organizations, labor and organization, our members know how we operate. Mm-hmm. And we operate by strategically, as you heard in the part that you read in the Union Times movie, there's a strategic way of doing certain things, whether it's striking or whether it's shutting down or whatever. But in this state of Georgia, there is no rights to strikes. There is no reason to. We cannot do that because we are right to work state.
And before you
go ahead,
explain what does that mean?
That means you can be fired at will. The Georgia does not have unionization in this state. That means they do not recognize unions, even though you have unions like the IBW. There are subsidiaries or group or unit that's housed in Georgia, but they cannot, or the city of Atlanta will not allow strikes. I'm making that very perfectly clear. Now, they try to, as we say, they, the city council, the mayor, whoever is in that office at the time, and the Department of Human Resources, we try to lobby, we try to negotiate in solidarity with these groups of entities to see what we can do to make sure we have a win-win, because you are paid to do a job, and there are rules and regulations and code and ordinances. And with that loyalty that these workers give the city, we expect in return fair treatment, good wages, being talked to any kind of, a professional, hearing us, letting us make decisions, to work for you. It's a two-way street. Well, somewhere along the line, outside of police and fighters, because that is the constituents' firsthand of knowledge of what they want. Because when they dial you guys, who has not yet been called first responders, and we're working on that within the city, that they need fire and police, which is rightfully so. I call 911 too if I need them. And at the meantime, when my water main break, I just call a department to say, hey, my water is overflowing. I need someone to fix it. Sometimes they call not for that, but they do. That's what the ATL 311 is for. So anyway, to make what I'm trying to say is that there was a letter that came out after I went out there that Friday to talk to them. These employees were so fed up and so frustrated. They really didn't want to hear anything the union had to say. And it wasn't Pace. I guess they called out the other union. I'm not going day to day, allegedly. They called out the other union because some of those people that were out there were not Pace members. But because Pace had one member in the group that called me, I went there because that's what we do. We represent our membership. And when I listened to them and I tried to give them some strategic planning or what they want to do, we felt they should make this move, they really were so frustrated they didn't want to hear it. So I removed myself, because what Pace will not do is go on a rampage without solutions, suggestions, and how we're going to handle this. So I'm going to give a shout out to that group, because I understand their plight, because we're union labor organizers, and whatever they felt that they needed to do, they needed to do. We're just not going to sit by and let you walk down the wrong tread. There's a way to discuss, and there's a way to have open minded on either end. And so, to my understanding, the commissioner of Watershed reached out to Pace, and I had to explain to her from what my take of it was. But I'm glad that her and the Department of Human Resources is going to meet with them to see what their needs are, and see if they can come up with some solution to what their needs are. Because at the end of the day, whatever is within the scope of the entire city workforce, whatever they can get resolved will result in the happiness for all employees if possible. But what Pace is asking in the Department of Watershed Management, if you are a PACE member, we're asking for you to reach out to us directly. If you having problems or similar issues, that we will work with you in solidarity to get a resolve and solution, because that's what we do, and get it done. And as the ones that have worked with PACE and Department of Watershed Management know, we do get what we want. We do work hard to get what's needed. We do bring your employment back. We do stop you from being disemployed. So, but there is a process. There's a professional, ethical way of doing things. And we encourage our members to continue the fight of doing it the way that we feel is best in your need.
And you have to be patient.
And you have to be patient. Now, to say that we're not supporting that group that went down there, they have that, they feel the need that that's something that they needed to do. So they did what they feel they needed to do. And they sent a letter to whom we do, because we send letters when we can't get a resolve. But always remember, people, when you are complaining When you having issues, don't just complain. Come up with a solution. Come up with a demand instead of leaving it up to them, because apparently what they've been doing is not what you like. So come up with a better plan of actions, because we've done surveys. When we come out, we do surveys to the departments for E911. We send one out to 311. We send one out to DPW. We're going to eventually send them all out and share them with, it's confidential, but we're going to share it with the department heads so they can actually see what the truth is in their field.
At least their HR departments, because HR is the ones going to have to work with the leadership to figure out, let's make it better.
Let's make it better.
They want to know, they seem to want to know how to make it better and to listening to the employees. But don't go out there all willy-nilly by yourself. If you have a union that is there to represent you, allow your union to do that fight for you.
Yes, and that's what it, and see, that's the whole importance of being in a union. It's not whether they're not doing nothing for us. Well, you know, if you get rid of it, if you allow the unions to be removed, you would never get and be heard. And after a while, you keep rambuncing and demanding and all of this. And then again, like that movie we saw, they start threatening the leader, trying to get rid of the leader, cut that head off, and you got nothing.
And that's what happens.
You gotta have employees. You gotta support. And if you feeling that union, whichever union you're in, we have 2 general employee unions, which is ASME and PACE. If you're feeling that your union that you're involved with is not working for you, you have the option to remove yourself and get into the other one. Now, some people may say that's not the way it's supposed to go, but I'm saying that's the way it can go. I'm saying it. If you're not satisfied with what the results are, then at that point, you have a choice you should be able to make, just like you do with Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Now, what were you going to say?
And with the surveys, when we push these surveys out, we're wanting, this is a way to empower you, right? To give you that voice that you, whatever the situation is, whatever your department is. So if you have a service that you need to provide, you can't discuss openly or freely what's going on in that department, but you can show and tell how that service is being produced. When I say that, I mean, what are you as an employer is dealing with the management team and other employees? How is it being produced? If you have a, let's say, customer service for a call center, and that person is an extremely nasty, rude person on the phone, but naturally, they're not a nasty or rude person, right? It might be something her boss is standing right there, making them act a certain way, or either they're being picked on or harassed or retaliated. And so now it has controlled and changed the way they are, who they really are, right? So I'm on the phone, I get a phone call, I don't feel like talking, but I know this is my job, I have to do it. So now I'm giving this citizen information or an attitude that the citizen didn't call to give. You know how you go to McDonald's or something and they rude to you? It might not necessarily be that they're just a nasty person. It might be that this is what they're producing when they come out of their meetings or however they're being talked to or dealt with. And now I'm a result of, or the finished product of now how I'm being treated. But unfortunately, I have to converse with citizens in the community.
Right. So let me explain to you, because I want to go to the chats where it says question, will we receive our premium pay?
Let me see. Okay, go ahead.
Will we receive our premium pay for 2 payments, the 30th and the payday on August the 12th? Some, I can't say received it, and some don't. Have you heard anything? Okay, to answer to your question, I have met with Commissioner Norman, and I've requested that first of all, we want to know who are your critical mission employees from each department. I want to know that. What classification, not the person, but the classification. Who would be getting what money and how much money and what. But what I understand right now is we have not gotten that yet. I hope to get it, but let me say what I know so far. For not talking about watershed management, because I'm gonna share that information in a minute. You're gonna get a 2% cost of living increase, COLA, in January of next year. Okay, that is from the administration's in their budget. Now there's going to be a pay and class study done sometime in September and October of this year, I don't know yet the logistics of it, who that person is going to be, what company is going to be the consultant or the actuary study person. I hope to get that information soon that we can share with you on the podcast, but it is going to be done. And if those classifications come to find out where you're grouped according to the regional geographical scope that they use to a municipality of our size, if you're got less paid, there is subsequent talk and discussion, and this union will make sure that it's going to happen, that you will get an increase in your salary according to the pay and class study. How many we're going to be asking about, who's all going to be entailed with this pay and class study. We're going to get the information of what was found. We're going to get that whole study, and we will be letting you know about that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the Mayor Dickens has extended the premium pay. Understand, make it clear, hazard pay and premium pay are two different things. They are not the same. Premium pay is what we consider and what your payroll and Kronos consider, the ARP premium pay, is that extra $3.12, which Mayor Dickens increased it to $1 more, which would be $4.12, that you would get for critical mission employees will get per hour added to their salary, to their hourly pay.
This is the confusing part. This is where they need to make sure employees understand. Who is, like you said, who is the critical mission? Because every department, after I read that letter this morning with the complaints, I saw what they were getting, the COVID pay and the premium pay, and they was getting everything confused in that letter. I saw that. There's not a clear understanding. The COVID pay was definitely for all city employees that had to come into work and work, right? That was for COVID pay. Then you got the comp time, the FFCRA time. That was for those employees, again, that had to come in to work during COVID in that beginning time. The premium pay is not for those employees that receive the COVID pay. The premium pay is for a different department. So your department wouldn't get premium pay, right?
No.
My department won't get premium pay. It's just this particular department of...
No, let me explain, because you even got it confused.
Say
okay. Let's go to the beginning, okay? In the beginning, when COVID came out, when we shut down, when the city shut down, and essential workers at first had to come into work, they were receiving what was called an FFRCA comp pay. It was a comp that was giving you pay that stays in your like leave forever and ever and ever. It never goes away. That was an incentive for you to come into work. When it started getting relaxed after that year or two, that went away. They stopped that. And what they came up with now is called the ARP premium pay, which they're giving $3.12 an additional hour, plus Mayor Dickens increased it to $1 more. So it's $4.12 in addition to per hour for what they considered critical mission employees. I'm sorry, what is that?
You keep saying it right. FFCRA.
Okay, well, they know what I'm talking about. We no longer do that. Okay. So now we're doing the premium pay. Now, the premium pay is what we were talking about, what you get paid when you come to work. It's based on your actual hours of work. So if a holiday falls in it, or sick leave, or you take annual leave, that a percentage of that is deducted from that total amount.
But for who? That's what I'm saying. I wasn't getting.
I get you.
Let me finish.
You keep cutting me off.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, because I want to make sure they understand the definitions of what it is.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we got to the premium pay. And then while you're in the chat room, if you want to send some questions while I'm talking, send it in and I can answer as we go. Because you know I'm getting old, and sometimes when Ebony keep cutting me off, I lose my train of thought. So now the COVID pay has always been, it changed some. Their COVID pay has nothing to do with you coming to work. It has something to do when you can't come to work because you're sick with COVID. The city has adopted that they will pay you for being out sick up to 5 days. If your test still comes back negative, positive, a bona fide antigen test being done by a healthcare professional, and you have to send that document into your HR department. They're the only ones that can approve additional 5 days of COVID pay. That does not mess with your sick time. It does not mess with your annual time. But you have to send that document in. If they do not get one, then they will take that time from your personal time as being out. So understand, the city provides 5 days for COVID pay, meaning the city will pay for 5 days if you are, when and if you are tested positive by results of a COVID test. If you are still after 5 days, the city has adopted, to my understanding in our briefing that we had with HR, if you provide with them that you're still positive after you take another test, they will again give you 5 more days of COVID pay to be out. But you got to show that letter. You got to show when you're still positive. Is that clear? That's not clear?
If you so if this week I test positive for COVID, that's why it's so confusing. I test positive for COVID. We had an employee. I'll give you this example.
No.
Last year we had an employee.
Tell me now.
We have an employee that tested positive last year for COVID, right?
Okay.
You get up to the 5 days.
Yeah.
You out. You get the city pay you regular time for that. It does not come out your bank. You next year, the following year, COVID is still out. You get COVID a second time. Not that you retest that first time.
Ebony,
you see what I'm saying?
No, you see, you're one. You should know better. You're the one that's mixing it up already. No. That's 2 different instances. You saying last year?
That's the time that you get paid.
No. Listen to me and listen to me good.
So we get up to 10 days.
We are talking about one occurrence. Listen to me well. If I had positive COVID last year and I was out, I had to come back to work. I'm normal.
Yeah.
If I test positive for COVID this year, I get 5 days again.
Yeah.
For each instance.
That's for each instance. That's
right.
What I'm saying.
Now, if I'm out right now for COVID, they give me 5 days. I have not gotten better in 5 days. I'm still with COVID. As long as I am testing positive with a professional document of an antigen test that says I am positive, I send it to HR. They make the decision at that time to give me 5 more days. Yeah, I don't understand how that is so hard to understand.
Because I haven't saw that either.
You was right in the conversation.
That ain't the point.
Anyway, really?
Yeah, we go.
Y'all take that glass.
Y'all see.
But y'all really?
We gonna have to put. I think we should put a pin.
No. We don't have to put a pin in it. There you. The committee see it.
About their needs, they wouldn't have to come together. And HR. And speaking of HR.
Okay.
Where to go? Watershed shouldn't have that on. Okay, this ain't.
Okay, we haven't even got the watershed yet.
It's the app premium every 2 weeks. It didn't receive, but some employees.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. We can't get to that.
No,
I can't get to that.
I'm gonna let that one go. If that's what she said.
What I want you to do, while I'm finishing this conversation, is reach out to Patrick Pendleton and tell him to send it. Okay. Yeah, because I don't understand where you were at that meeting.
No, because that's not what I understood it to be. I understood it as with the situation that's currently going on. That's currently going on with that situation. That's what I'm saying.
So let me finish what I know, because I think my VP is lost somewhere.
I ain't lost.
Okay, so where was I? And she's gonna come back and apologize to y'all in a minute, because she's supposed to have this together.
Hopefully.
Okay, so now the other part is hazard pay. Hazard pay is what you get when you get night differential or hazard pay. If you're working in hazardous conditions, there's what you call hazard pay. That just depends on the different departments on how they want to, or what your classification, if you're working in sewage or you're working in that. That was at one point what they call hazard pay. Then you have night differential. Night differential is when you get an extra $1 or $2, whatever it is that because you're working on a off-cycle shift at night. So I hope you all understand the difference in between the two. But Ebony is now trying to get clarification, because allegedly what I'm saying she don't think is correct. So we get ready to figure this one out. Now, let me answer some of the questions that's going to let's see. Commissioner cared about their needs. They wouldn't have to come together And speaking of HR, Watershed shouldn't have their own HR department because they are not fair. Well, we have mentioned to that to Commissioner Norman, because Commissioner Norman understand HR is like Commissioner Norman is over the entire HR departments throughout the city of Atlanta. He sends certain people to different areas to support those departments, but those departments do not, I repeat, those departments are not the bosses of the HR people. If you have problems with your HR manager or director or a representative, you need to let us know, this union, or contact their super boss, which is the commissioner of HR, which is Jeffrey Norman. Please reach out to him, or the assistant commissioner, deputy commissioner, Danielle Nichols. Those are the bosses of your HR in different entities of different departments, okay? So they should be all on the same page, but they're not sometimes, and we've seen that too. So we're trying to work with Commissioner Norman to let him know where the weakest links are in certain departments, okay? So I hope that answers your question, Brooks Avenue. Deborah Fowler, is the ARP premium every 2 weeks? We don't receive, but some employees did. And yes, that is an issue that we're having, because we are not seeing a lot of the employees getting what they're supposed to be getting. That's why this union has asked for the classification that is eligible or considered critical mission. And I hope by Tuesday, I promise to the best of our ability to have an answer. If you are not getting that premium pay, and you think you should be getting that premium pay, please reach out to your HR person. And if your HR person is not able to give you the answer, then let this union know and we will get the answer for you. Now, back to Brooks Avenue. OMG, I wasn't aware of the gathering. Well, the gathering wasn't a lot of people, but it was enough to make an interest. It was about 20 folks, maybe. So it's about 20 people. So I am certain, hopefully, that they will have this meeting and talk with the commissioner of the watershed department this morning. And they are planning to meet with them, and hopefully that they will come back with a resolve. Hopefully they will. But as you know, one group of entity of people don't get just something within their block. It goes for everybody. So at this point, whatever they can come up with, if it affects other people in other departments in their way, it will work. And as far as DWM, from my understanding, after talking with commissioner of that department, she and her team has gone far out their way to relook at their budget, look at what they can figure out. They reallocated some monies to try to give the folks a raise. And this is, to my understanding, is not in black and white. This was a conversation that I received from her directly. So allegedly, what I understood it to be, that grades 18 and below, who are critical mission, again, employees, we need to find out who they are, will receive that $4.12 added to their salary. If they're making $15 an hour, you will be making $19.12 an hour. If you're already making 16, 18, up to 19, whatever that percentage rate, to bring everyone up as possible to $19.12 if you were making $15 an hour. Grades 19 and above will be receiving 1% increase in their salary for everyone from 19 up and above. That's on top of the 2% COLA raise that the mayor would be given. So that is for Department of Watershed Management. We have not yet heard anything regarding any raises or salaries regarding any different departments, but that premium pay, the ARP premium, that is citywide according to who's critical mission. Okay, so if y'all out, you need to send that chat in if you have any more questions on that, if I was clear. So now,
I digress. I digress. I apologize. You know, I ain't got no problem apologizing. He said that the commissioner, Pendleton, director of HR, Patrick Pendleton, he stated that, yes, if during that first occurrence, because people's bodies are different, if I test positive for COVID, I'm out that first 5 days. I have the positive PCR test. You have to send it into HR. You get those 5 days. If I test again that same time, getting ready to go back to work, and it's positive, then the Department of HR again can give you those 5 days. They have to, with the positive PCR test, but they have to, they're going to make that determination. But more than likely, you will get it. He said they've had some cases up to 30 days. Again, HR has to make that determination, but it's out there to get for if you keep testing positive, because it stays in some people's system for 30 days or however long. But again, HR has to make determination. So I must have missed that because I usually write everything down. My bad. I apologize. I stand corrected.
That's why I'm the president and
Whatever.
she's the VP.
Don't do that.
And that's
Don't
why
do that.
whatever's in that glass,
It is not the glass.
because you are off the chain today. But I hope you all understood what I just told you, that she confirmed that, again, if you're out with COVID and you get 5 days with a positive antigen test done by a professional, make sure you send it to your HR. And because the whole scope of this, we want you better. At the end of the day, no matter what, we want you to get better. We want you well. We want you to come back into this workforce to be better and healthier and stay safe and to stay safe. Yes, ma'am. Thanks. I reached out to Commissioner Norman months ago, but no response. Brooks Avenue, if you could give us a call, my number, if you want to check that in for me, put my cell number down so I can definitely talk with you offline to see what we can do to help you. There's the 678-414-8982 number, 678-414-8982. That's my cell. If you could call me after the show or later on today when you get a chance, and let's talk offline and see what we can do to help you. Can you scroll back up and see any more? Because I think we missed.
Where?
Just scroll up to see if we missed anything in the chats.
Mm-mm.
Okay, have we answered any of your questions? We went over a little, but it's okay. We answered anything of nature that you need, but I do want to say this, that I just found out this morning, and it's something just for you all to know, just in case some of you lifers are looking to retire or consider to retire. It's called a pension calculator. And I had her talk me through it this morning, and I like it because now I know how to do it, and I can check. I could have retired in 2016 and didn't even know it. 100%. So, not saying that I'm looking to retire, but if you go on to Ebony, can you type this in there? It's coa.sba-inc.com/calculator. Now, that is Renata. Shout out to Miss Renata for sharing this with me. She was very helpful, it's very easy. Once you go in and you get it on there, self-registration, click on it, then you have to register, create your login, and then it's just self-explanatory. You can find out where you are over the years, what you made, if you wanted to retire a certain time, how much you would be looking at getting a month. That's for your defined benefit as well as the others. So as you know, times are hard, and we had some people to call and ask about how can the city help us financially. I don't know of anything yet. We used to have that some kind of friendship club. I don't know if it's there now anymore. No advertisement about it. But I do know if you're not in the defined benefit program, you cannot get a loan off that retirement fund. But if you're in the new one, some people were telling me that you can. You can get so much percentage off what you put in already. So if you need some help with that, that number is, you can check 1-877-778-2100.
What company? Prudential?
I think the Prudential has changed.
It's
I don't remember. It's not
anymore.
Prudential. I don't remember the name, but I'm sure when you call that number, 1-877-778-2100. I'm sure when you do that, it'll let you know who they are. But that's the company that you can be in, and I think they allow you to get a loan off of your pull off of your pension that you put in.
Empower.
Empower.
It's empowered.
Okay, if you can, yeah. But defined benefit, people like me and that DB plan, you can't get nothing off of it. So anyway, that was very good information shared with me today, and I found out what I can make, but I still love you guys with the union. So God still give me breath in my air, and I still got a fight left in me. Air in the breath, or whatever you want to call it.
In your lungs.
Yeah, I can breathe.
You can breathe.
without coughing, I still will be here with you to fight the fight. Okay, as long as I can. So, with that being said, do we have anything else? Let me see what's on my notes. Remember, we're in the red zone. City of Atlanta is in red. So you guys, please, 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 please. You don't have to wear your mask. It's not mandated, but this union encourages you.
Please do.
Wear your mask when you can. Going inside, going outside, especially if you're around people. This stuff is out here, you guys. It's not over with. And it's up to you.
And the monkeypox, that we got some cases in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's getting ready to hit too. And let me say this, that I'm understanding. Whether you've been vaccinated, boosted up 50 times, you still can catch it. And whether or not they're saying something about you can keep you out of the hospital and keep you, that's still not happening. I mean, we don't know what's going on. We just have to stay prayed up to what your higher power is. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and social distance. Do whatever and stay in prayer, because you guys, we need you, and I want to be here too. I want to continue doing this as the legacy moves on, and when it's time for me to retire, or when it's time when y'all are tired of seeing me and want me out of this seat as your president, I want to pass the torch to the next person in charge. I don't know if it's Ebony, because I don't know what she on today. But we gonna have a conversation.
I don't want the position, so y'all can have it. No, I like where I'm at. I like this.
But anyway, I ain't lost my mind yet, you guys. So sometimes when I don't know, I'm gonna tell you I don't know. But when I'm talking, I know some things, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. So please stay safe. And one more shout out to Miss Layla. Remember that lady that we did this song? Yeah. I'm gonna give her a shout out. She asked us to remember she's downtown at wait a minute, I took a picture of it. She's downtown at the, what do you call that place down there? Edgewood, 208 Edgewood. You know that place down there? What is it? The flea market, farmers market, whatever it is down there. You guys know what it is, across the street or near the Grady Hospital, that big old market down there. And it's called Omega. It's a Vietnamese kitchen. And I tried some of their food. I mean, it's a desired taste, but I like it. Food. But she's down there. If you all want to go down there, hey Christine, if you all want to go down and meet her and get an autograph from her, we played her song a couple of weeks ago. Beautiful person. So going down there and visit Oh My God, and her name is Layla, and try out some of their food at the farmers market down there. It's really tasty.
I like Vietnamese.
So as we bring today's show to an end, we anticipate that we have been a beacon of hope to some, entertaining, and have been able to shed light on all things in the city to you that are listening. We thank you for tuning in to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. So tune in next week as we'll continue to fight the good fight and be a part of bringing the good back to the city. You are welcome to share this episode with the City of Atlanta. And if you're not a subscriber already, what you waiting for? Go on and subscribe and learn some stuff.
Don't be left in the dark. Join Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together to stay up to date on city news. If you are not a member, again, of this elite organization, Pace, Professional Association for City Employees, join us now. You can send us an electronic application. Your member dues are $16 per pay. It is going to be the best $16 you spend. We need each other. So again, we thank you for listening to Radio Connections with Pace, where it all comes together. We will see you next week with more city news. And remember, it's not what you say, but how you say that will remain in the mind and hearts of others. So Spencer, we had a good one. Next week, y'all, we're going to be doing a little something different, have a little fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. The 90s. We're going to have a 90s challenge, 90s song challenge, you guys.
Email us what y'all
want to hear. And we're going to have a little segment outside of giving you some more news on what's this premium, where we at with the raises and stuff. But we're going to have a little challenge. So you all pass the word. Click in and see if you can name that Pace tune.
They not tune.
Yeah, we can't say name that tune. Somebody already got that. We get sued. That's not ours. We got to make up something. Anyway, it's a challenge.
Have a good
week. Be safe, y'all. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
And we're going to freeze.